Aloha. Welcome to TMDR, the Maui Daily Report for Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. I'm Patty Lee, and these are some of the stories that may interest you today. Recently, federal agents pointed guns at a Kahului household full of public school teachers legally here from the Philippines and herded them outside like cattle. So what do you do if Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents show up at your school? The American Civil Liberties Union ran a virtual workshop on Tuesday to instruct families and public school staff how to respond. In most cases, ICE has no jurisdiction in schools and must have a judicial warrant. Under no circumstances should people engage with agents without a lawyer present. You have a constitutional right to remain silent and are protected by the Fourth Amendment against unlawful searches and arrests. If it isn't one thing, it's another. The Hawaii Department of Health reports that there are no more confirmed measles in the state, other than 2 cases discovered last month. But 108 cases of whooping cough were reported as of May 15, exceeding a total of 84 cases in all of last year. The health of our coral reefs are important too. Coral fragments damaged by the grounded luxury yacht Nakoa 2 years ago in Honolua Bay were returned to the reef on Tuesday by a team from the Marine Institute at the Maui Ocean Center. 246 rehabilitated living coral pieces were attached to the coral colony using safe and proven coral restoration methods in a location where conditions allow for a better chance of survival. When it comes to affordable housing, there really isn't any. A Lahaina Community Land Trust report found that new homes are getting bigger and pricier and out of reach for locals, that fewer than half of the new homes built in West Maui since 2010 are actually housing full-time residents, and that it's been 25 years since single-family homes were even remotely affordable for Maui families, effectively pricing out an entire generation. But the county is trying. Haleo Pi'ikea is an affordable housing project in Kihei that will deliver 223 rental units upon completion to low-income applicants. Phase 1 will open this July and August with 89 units comprising a mix of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments. Rents, including utilities, will range from $757 to $2,100. To apply, go to MDIHawaii.com. Habitat for Humanity has dedicated 2 new homes in Kula to Native Hawaiian families. The houses were constructed on Hawaiian homelands lots with hundreds of hours of labor provided by Habitat for Humanity partners. According to Janae Moskwa, the newest homeowner, not only have we gained a home, but we've also gained new family and friends along the way. As Maui faces a surge in traffic fatalities, the Maui Bicycling League is inviting residents to join the annual Ride of Silence this Saturday, honoring people injured or killed while walking or biking on public roadways. The free, slow-paced ride will begin at 8:45 a.m. at the Maui Veterans Highway Bike Path, with a 13.7-mile round trip from Kihei to Kahului and back. Participants are asked to wear white, ride silently with heads bowed, and wear helmets in a show of unity and remembrance. Bike riders are generally cool, but not always. The tourists that bike down the volcano are a different story, and this next segment illustrates why.
Downhill bike tours are back in the news. And there are some people at council that don't like how they roll. The regulations haven't been looked at in 15 years, and a lot of the pushback is coming from upcountry. This is not a bike rest stop, it's a chicken stop! But I digress. There are about a half a dozen bike tour companies on Maui, and all have the same thing in common. They whack you for a lot of money to bike down a volcano. They used to start up at the crater, but the national park got rid of that a few years ago because too many people were falling down on lava. Most of the tours originate from the park entrance at about 6,500 feet. And this is the thing that drives upcountry residents in Kula and Makawao crazy. Let's say you're on Crater Road or Olinda Road, which are windy enough, and this thing pulls out in front of you. And critics of the tours say that they're just not that safe. I mean, people who maybe haven't been on a bike in a while, clogging up our highways and byways. And sometimes people do get hurt. 2 people collided on Makawao Avenue last year. One fell off a bike on Haleakala in June. A few weeks ago, a 56-year-old woman drove head-on into an oncoming car. Look at this clown. He almost did the same thing. All right, the question now is, what are we going to do? One Kula resident wants to ban the tours completely or restrict their operation from 6 to 4,000 feet. Other proposals include staggering group start times from outside the park entrance, regulating hours or routes, and eliminating the loose riders, the people who think it's okay to ride in the middle of the road. But before jumping to any conclusions, I got behind the Maui bombers on the way to Paia and found them to be very courteous, slowing down, pulling over, and letting me by. And here's a real-time view of the dicey maneuver you have to make sometimes if you're trying to pass the bikers. As you can see, I'm in the other lane. There's a car coming the other way. I had to move back in behind a biker. I'm going to go back out again, cross the double line to get past these guys. Either way, we're going to have a solution. The bike companies, the Kula residents, the Makawao residents are going to sit down. We're going to work it out so it's a win-win for everybody.
Walter Ritty, who led protests against the U.S. Navy's use of Honolua Bay as a bombing range in the 1970s, says he was impressed with the new generation of activists who showed up at the May 9th Board of Land and Natural Resources meeting about Pōhakuloa, one of the few sites in the Pacific where the military conducts long-range artillery exercises. The BLNR rejected the Army's environmental impact statement, calling into question the Army's plan to renew land leases for the first time in more than 6 decades. Lest we forget what happened to Kaho'olawe over the years, hold on to your hat. Let's take a look at this scary Navy propaganda film about the bombing.
This tiny tropical paradise is not the victim of an enemy attack. It's the target, the United States Navy. 1 million pounds of TNT are detonated to simulate the blast of an atomic bomb. The purpose of this Cold War experiment is to see how Navy ships could withstand a nuclear attack. Several large vessels are anchored close to shore. The monstrous explosion is powerful enough to wipe out a small city. Debris is sent flying more than half a mile into the bay as the ships are engulfed in a thick cloud of dust. Watch as 2 surveillance blimps are blown out of the sky. Cameras mounted aboard the ships record the destruction. The shock waves are mighty enough to rip through steel walls. Heavy radar equipment is sent flying. A life-size mannequin placed on the deck of one ship is blasted off its feet with frightening force. More than a minute later, fragments of red-hot metal continue to rain down. Smoke clears, revealing that somehow the ships have stayed afloat, but they are severely damaged. This simulation serves as an ominous example of the deadly and devastating power of nuclear weapons.
On August 2nd, for the first time in 8 years, Maui will host the Hawaiian Canoe Racing Association's annual state championship regatta at Hanakao'o Beach Park. State canoe officials who scheduled the location just a few miles outside the burn zone were concerned about whether the Maui County Hawaiian Canoe Association was ready. The response they got was, yes, we can. More than 4,000 paddlers, including 700 from Maui, will compete with up to 10,000 spectators expected to attend. They may not be state champions, but they are champions in their own right. They are known as the Pink Paddlers, and they are focused on helping cancer survivors. Take a look at this inspiring segment from 2020.
Refuah Shlema. Refuah Shlema. Speedily shall there be a complete recovery. We pray for healing in mind, body, and spirit for all. Eala e kala ikahikina ikamawana kamawana ho honu pi ikaleva kalevanu ikaikina ayakala eala e kala ikahikina ikamawana kamawana ho honu pi ikaleva kalevanu ikaikina ayakala eala e. Arise, sun, welcome the sun.
It's lights out for 6% of Hawaii's residential electric customers. The number of electricity service disconnections in Hawaii is trending up. A reported 1/3 of state residents cut back on basic necessities so they can pay their electric bill. Statewide, about 24,000 HECO customers are at least 30 days behind paying their bills. Hana Kobayashi, the haiku woman who made national headlines when she disappeared in 2024 but actually ran away to Mexico, broke her silence. Well, sort of. She posted on Instagram thanking those who search for her and said she kept quiet due to public scrutiny. During the search, sadly, her father took his own life. Hannah said she needed to help keep the reasons for her disappearance private, but expressed gratitude to supporters. It is awful short notice, but it would be great if you or someone you know can donate some tea leaf or volunteer to help make some tea leaf lei, honoring the more than 4,000 fallen veterans at Maui Veterans Cemetery on Memorial Day. Kaunoa Senior Services is having a drive-through drop-off and lei-making gathering from 8:30 a.m. to noon tomorrow, Friday, at Kaunoa Senior Center in Spreckelsville. And that's it for today's Maui Daily Report. Mahalo for joining us, and please keep watching ACLU channels 53, 54, and 55. You can watch ACLU at aclcu.org or on your phone 24/7 with our app, Maui Stream. If you are on the road, you can listen to TMDR on the radio between 7 and 8 p.m. on KAKU 88.5 FM. This is how we stay connected. I'm Patty Lee. Hang in there. It's almost Friday. I'll see you again tomorrow right here on TMDR. Aloha.